So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Commissioners podcast.
That's the Commissioners with a K.
Commissioners with a K. And today, we have a very special guest. But before we go into the introduction, I saw T at the Gooba Awards.
Yes.
I've got to say.
And I was repping. Why wasn't you repping?
Oh yeah, she was dressed more Ghanaian than I was. It's easy to put on a suit. That's the easiest way to. Yeah.
True. But it was a nice event. It was a nice event. 14 years of the Gooba. It was nice seeing Angelique Kidjo, hearing her story as well.
I actually ran out to take a photo.
I saw
in '95. I think I remember when the song Agolo, Angelique Kidjo. I mean, we have a DJ here, so we'll have that DJ conversation. But it's so like touching for me. I had to run after her, But you can tell with experience and the way she carries herself when she speaks, the clarity, the confidence. Our up and coming artists need to learn a lot from her. And one thing that stuck with me is that she said, we have to be for us.
Yes, absolutely.
We have to be for us, because wherever you go, people tend to try to change the narrative a little bit, change the way your persona is or what they think, you should be. But she's like, no, from her first professional shoot, she stood her ground still today.
Yeah.
And look how many, 4 or 5 Grammys later.
Yes.
She's still walking the earth graciously.
And she said it took her 14 years before she got her first Grammy,
Yeah.
It just goes to show perseverance.
Yes.
Not giving up.
I know. We've been around here doing like these things for so many years, and to see someone who's even transcended that level of success and still very grounded, still hungry. She said she had a show the next day. She was leaving to go get some sleep.
She was. Yeah.
And that's discipline,
Absolutely.
That's discipline. But it was good to see you.
It was good to see you.
Yeah. Sometimes you just
outside of the base studio.
I know, right? Yeah, and that's my Gooba award up there. It's that the first edition of Gooba. So it was. I went there as an alumni as well.
Okay.
And, to see
nice
other people.
one.
It's good to celebrate each other.
It is absolutely.
You don't lose anything by celebrating one another.
Yeah, and she celebrated some really good people.
Oh,
some
yes.
good people on that
And congrats
stage.
to Abranti.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's good to see his flowers given to him. Whilst he's here. I know his story is an incredible one that we'll have to tell one day on this podcast.
Yes.
But yes, welcome to the Commissioners. I'm Soundboy T. Teddy Abrokwa.
I'm Wise Tola, and Gabe is somewhere, but he's going to be here.
City Suya. This one is on the Suya expedition. Can you imagine?
We miss you, Gabe, but we're going on. We're going on.
Yeah. So we have a very important person in this building.
Yes, we do. All our guests are important.
Yes. We make sure that we bring you greatness.
Yes,
today.
Absolutely.
And we are very careful with the
do you like that album or something? Because you keep saying greatness.
Yeah, I mean, he knows, right? As a DJ, I respect what he does. I absolutely respect what he does. And they say skills pays the bills. But, when you see someone's passion transcend the skill, it's incredible.
Absolutely.
And I see that when he walked in here, the first thing was to check out the desk there just to see if it's the right office for me. So yeah, I'm not just a DJ, an international DJ who's touring around the world. I see he's got a show coming up in Australia. I might have to point him to a few friends there. But also as an acclaimed artist as well, his streams. I know you're an artist manager now, so you're more concerned with streams. It's lovely to see, that the work is paying off, and they say numbers don't lie. It's all on the scoreboard. You can see it. International DJ, artist DJ, an artist himself in his own right.
Yep.
And as well, an album, 2 albums deep now.
2 albums, an EP. Yeah.
And multiple remixes of his hit track. Nobody. We'll talk about that. But ladies and gentlemen, we have no other than the
ever blazing DJ Neptune in the building.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Apart from that, you're also a brand ambassador. You're a man of many firsts. When I say,
we're trying. Yeah. We're trying.
But one thing that we are certain is that he's no mumu. He's no mumu.
No,
Definitely not.
I can't fall no mumu, no way. Thanks for having me. Man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome to the Commissioners podcast. So on this platform, we educate and we share the inspiring stories of our guests. You know, they tell it their own way.
Yeah.
You know, we are not interested in the what you do in your bedroom or whatever. You know, that is your business.
That's your business.
Isn't it?
You know, I know the godmother would not even allow us to head that way.
Absolutely not.
You know? So yeah, we tend to share the stories. You know what the journey has been like.
Yeah.
Because I know nowadays it's easy to get a controller and connect your laptop to it and sync button. People think
Call yourself a
is-
DJ, yeah.
yeah.
True.
But congratulations on your new release.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm absolutely feeling that one.
Loving it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the video, by the way.
You love it.
It's just a slight hint of saying I've seen the video for everyone else.
Exclusive.
She's seen the video, before everyone else.
But I'm waiting for it to drop, though. It's gonna absolutely smash. Yeah.
So yeah, next, welcome to London as well.
Thank you.
You haven't been in a while, have you? When was the last time?
So last time I was here was sometime in summer last year. Mr. Easy had a festival gig, and then he reached out like, "Oh, Neptune, I want you to come."
Is it
on my
Billionaire
set."
Easy?
Yeah, Billionaire Easy. My bad. No disrespect, my G. Sorry, Billionaire Easy. So that was like a 2-day trip in and out. But prior to that visit, 2021, I was here in November. That was when I dropped my last album. So I had the listening with room filled with like great minds and all of that. So about next year, I'm about to be here like every month.
Residency or?
I don't know what it is. It's a sign. I'm gonna be here.
Yeah.
Almost every month.
Yeah,
That's good.
I'll
That's
definitely
good.
be sure to come check you out wherever you're playing, because
Yeah.
you've got some incredible fingers.
Thank
very
you.
swift
Oh,
with the
yeah.
fader.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the journey, how it started, how you started, how you got into it.
So my journey started at a very early age. I'd always wanted to, I dreamt of being an entertainer. So I wasn't sure what it was going to be. But like anything entertainment, I just wanted to be in there, So I wanted to be an artist at first. Shout out to one of my uncle who would come to the house every weekend on Sunday to push me through like voice coaching and all of that. But my dad was like, no way, not under my roof. This is not going to work. I'm an engineer, so you have to be an engineer, So he kind of like banned my uncle from, like a distant uncle from like coming around, just because he wanted me to go that route he thought would have been best for me, And somewhere along the line, I was opportune to sneak out of the house. Yes, I can say now because I'm all grown up.
Oh yeah,
Sneak out of the house to attend a friend's end of year party, and that was the first time I saw a DJ live for all my life. Like it felt like a miracle. I remember because my dad loved the music a lot. He's passed away now. He loved music, so every weekend he has like these 2 big turntables with like very mighty Kenwood speakers, because he grew up in the UK like for a very long time. So like country music and all of that, I would just go slot the record, put it in, and he's having a good time. So when I saw that at that party space, I was like, okay, what is this? And then there was a middle mixer, and the guy just kept on flipping his hands. It felt like magic.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with it. Like, you know what? I think this is it for me if I want to be an entertainer. So I went back home, did my research. I started listening to a lot of radio shows, a lot of radio DJs, getting familiar with music, the tempo and all of that. And gradually, I was opportune to meet DJ Douglas. He's based in the UK right now. So I understudied under him. He gave me that opportunity to come into his studio, because I'm telling you, these were days of turntables and pin and vinyls. Those things are very, very expensive.
They still are.
Yeah, they are.
The price never changes.
You get me, So he opened the door for me to come in. I understudied under him, and then gradually got on radio. From there, the name became a household name. Along the line, I started working with Nato C as well as his band DJ. Got to travel around the world, mix culture, meet people. And then at some point, I told myself, okay, you have that music knowledge. Your dream was to become an artist. But now that you're here, you might not be the artist, but you can be the collaborator to bring different artists
together
and create a track based on the knowledge I've gained from DJing and mixing a lot of tracks. And that's how I started putting out my own songs officially far back as 2020. No, 2010. My bad.
Wow, 2010. Wow, that's some good 13 to almost 14 years now.
Yeah, 13 years actually now. And it's so crazy because I was on Twitter like earlier in the day, and there was a track I released back then with Nato C, MI, and the late Da Green. And people are still talking about the song like this has to be the hardest hip-hop collaboration out from Africa.
Oh, yeah. And even more significant now that Da Green is not around.
Yeah, because, and I say this to people, that's the beauty of DJs collaborating and putting out songs. Because as at that time, imagine if I didn't take that bold step to have these 3 rappers together, they might not have been a track with Nato C, MI, and the late Da Green before he passed on.
And that is an a premium level lineup.
Yeah.
If you know these artists, these are like artists with respectable pen game.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
And you look at the space now, looking at someone like, let's digress a little bit like Da Green. We'll come back to your story, but someone like Da Green, you can see his influence in a lot of artists now, sticking to the local dialect.
True that.
Yeah. Where do you think he would have been ranking around this time? Because it was just about when he was popping when
So when Da Green was popping
demise,
then, Da Green was already shutting down shows. Da Green was already the last artist to close. Like, we don't care who you think your big artist was at that time. The promoters will tell you Da Green is the one who's going to perform last. And he's someone I know personally. He's very, very hungry, and he will tell you like one of his favorite artists is 50 Cent. Right? Like there was a day we went home to his, he had tons of tapes from 50 Cent, and he would tell you, and he would look at you in the face like, I can't do it more than 50. Same way 50 Cent can't do it more than me.
True.
But you see this rap game, I'm gonna hold it tight. And if he was still around now, that guy would have been on that big boss CEO on like a giga level when it comes to local dialects with a fusion of making rap music or hip hop out of it.
Because that's incredible traits though, the work rate. Because as much as we love rap, it's quite a difficult genre to sell in Africa.
Yep, I agree.
So if you're able to bring numbers together, and T, you've seen it with Olamide, for instance. You see a lot of artists that are still stuck to their pen game, and you have to respect them because it's not an easy feat to sell rap at all. It's not. So you talk about the early, your how you fell in love with the genre. One thing I was going to ask, how was your dad's reaction when you were touching these vinyls?
Okay, so unfortunately, he passed on 2021, so he wasn't really around to see all that is happening right now. But my mom, who somewhat didn't understand what I was doing as at that time, now she goes about saying, "Do you know who DJ Neptune is?" That's my son. So that's the beauty about it. And I'm just gonna say this to every young kid out there. Chase your dreams because you don't know what tomorrow holds.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine myself doing a 9 to 5. No disrespect.
Did you ever hold a job?
I never. And I don't think I'll ever. I'm sorry, it's just what it is. Because for me, this brings me joy. When I'm on stage performing, I'm seeing the joy on people's face. So it's like my ministry. I might not be a pastor under a church assembly, but this is my own ministry because people come to my events, they gather together with so much problems, so much trouble, but at that particular time, you just let go and you want to have a good time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. That definitely is a ministry.
The greatest ministry.
The greatest ministry.
You get. Just even the little that I just heard there, and that just that little mix that's it. You forget everything, and you're just caught in that moment from track to track to track. It's
Well, music is so therapeutic that
it
everybody and how they respond or react to what they hear. But even not DJing, no matter my mood, when I put my favorite song on, or I hear something new, you know, it's like everything just goes.
No, music is spiritual. Like
Yes.
it's spiritual because even when you're creating music, it's spiritual as well. Because you go into the studio, you might have an idea, or you might have heard the beat, and you be like, okay, you know what, this is banging. But at that particular moment, I kid you not, most creatives don't really know the direction. But something just falls on you, and you be like, okay, you know what, this is it, and then boom, that's spiritual.
So now you do music, right? On the last one you made about you going in that direction that you get, you know, what is it like with your creation? Because what people always tend to ask is, you know, now it's become quite popular for DJs to be featuring artists, or, you know, what is your contribution in that space? You know, when you are, how you pick the artists, and, you know, what you exactly contribute to making the records that
Okay, so for me, right, I mean, I work with tons of music. So when I'm mixing, I'm doing live mashup remixes, ideas are sticking in my head like, what would an Oxlade and a Kwame Eugene sound like? You get me? Right there, I already have that register. You know what? I'm getting into the studio. I'll call it, because I have like tons of producers I work with. I just like, you know what? This is what I have in my head. I need you to bring it to life. I'm going to co-produce with you. This is the direction. Let's make it happen. So for me, that's part of my process in terms of making music. But then I say to people, like, there's really no rules to how you make this music. Because sometimes you might have the idea, the direction, and then the artist you're trying to work with welcomes that idea. Be like, you know what if we take it a step further and go this route? And then at the end of the day, everything becomes smooth and sweet. So for me, it's the end product. You get me? But there are ways to how you make music. For me, I don't box myself. There are artists I want to work with. I have amazing beats that I know, listen, this is going to bang. And when they hear it at that particular time, they might not be in the mood. I'm like, you know what? Let's go this route. So I'm always very flexible. Like, all right, bring it on. Let's see how it works.
So is there like a typical one that maybe the artist was a bit cold feet, and then when the product was out, changed their whole persona about it?
I can't really remember now, but I'm sure I would have had that moment. But one I could tell you for free that I knew was going to be a monster hit, but I didn't know it was going to go that big, was Nobody. Shout out to Magistics. We started working from 2016 and grew together. He sent me that beat on, I can't remember what day, but it was in the evening. I was in my studio, and I kid you not, I heard that beat for like straight 2 hours. And I was just rocking and dancing to it, like no vocals. But I already knew this was going to be a smack.
It was going to smack.
And while I was in my moments, Joe Boy just came on my mind, like, oh shoot, I need to reach out to Joe Boy. Prior to that day, we had already done a different song. You get me? That ended up being on this album.
Oh, okay.
We did a different track. So I reached out to Joe Boy, like, Joe, I have this beat. In my mind, it's a smash already. So I don't know how you're going to accept it, but let me send it to you, which I did. And then like 5 minutes later, I heard it and I was like, say no more. I'm getting it tonight.
It's coming.
And boom, I was still asleep. I think I woke up like 6 a.m. And then I checked my WhatsApp and the song was already there.
God.
So it was spiritual, like boom, like, you know.
But that feeling is amazing, because, you know, you know the excitement you are approaching it with, and he met you with like the same respect that, you know, you gave the track. But talk about Magic Stick, just for context. He's like the producer behind many of Ashake's hits, right?
Yeah. So I'll tell you a story. I met Magic Sticks.
What's his tagline again?
Tune into the king of sounds and blues.
Yes.
I met Magic Sticks through J Pizzo. J Pizzo is another amazing producer. We were working on the song as at that time. And then I met this young boy in the house, very ambitious. We exchanged numbers. We started talking. And then I just brought him close. Like, I see a future in you. There's something burning in you, you know, and I can't wait for you to achieve it. So I brought him in. We started working on a lot of songs. My last album in 2021, he produced, say, 60-70% of the tracks on that album. So one of my visits to his own apartment, I'd seen Ashake a couple of times coming. So they've been grinding as well.
All from time.
Yeah, so that synergy has always been there.
Yes.
So like it was no surprise to me seeing everything that has played out and everyone is on the level where they are right now. Like it gives me so much joy. It gives me so much joy. I'm not even gonna lie. So shout out to you, Majestics. Shout out to Ashake. Shout out to all the artists working with him. Shout out to the artists that we send big packs to then that declined us.
Oh.
It's gone ahead to produce for you now.
Oh.
It's all love.
Okay.
No names. It's all
People are
love.
shading already.
But you know how life is. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
you have to
True.
always prove yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
For some
Yeah.
people
Absolutely.
to see that fire in you.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tupac said, revenge is, the sweetest thing next to gain. I won't say obviously, just we have a lot of youngsters that listen to this
But
podcast.
even on what you've just said, because obviously I want to get a message, because we talk about educating, empowering, and things like that. So I want you to obviously say something on that, because when I deal with a lot of upcoming artists, and because they get refused stuff, or people don't, and they believe they're good, and some of them are very good, but they, there's that thing, you have to prove yourself, because maybe the people they're trying to reach out to don't feel they've proved themselves yet, so they're not really paying them attention. So then they kind of have this attitude of, yeah, when I make it, I'm going to show this person, that kind of thing. Whereas that's not the way it should be. So what would you say? Because obviously you've seen that route. What would you say?
So
apart from
many
them
times.
continuing, that's not the narrative for them to take.
Yeah. So I'll tell you this for free. Just wait for your time. I know it could be very frustrating because you don't know when that time is going to come true. But I believe that God is not going to bless you with something that would end up becoming issues to you. So in terms of getting frustrated in the process, that's understandable. But my own belief, and it has worked for me so many times, because I'm chasing artists for collaboration. I'll give you an example. My last album, I had a track with M.I. and Jesse Jaggs. It's called Blood and Fire. Those are the Abaga brothers.
Yes.
Very talented. Jesse Jaggs is crazily talented. Jesse gave me his own chorus and verse. I didn't get M.I. 3 years after to give me a verse. I was that patient because I knew what I wanted. But I know some people would have been frustrated in the process. I will see at gigs, we'll see at concerts. I was like, Neptune, don't worry, I'll come through. I know you'll come through, but I need you to come through now. You get me? But I waited for the right time. And then, boom, eventually it happened. So I understand it might be a bit frustrating. You have that self-confidence. You believe in your talents. You don't see why you should be turned down at that particular time. But trust me, if you get turned down, it's a blessing in disguise for you to keep pushing, because these people are going to come around and want to work with you. And when they come around, spread the love.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Don't feel bitter about it.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, God will not place you in a place where it feels you're not ripe to be at that particular time. So just take it away.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes the entitlement, that sense of entitlement creeps in that.
It is.
But as DJs, we've seen so many careers. As somebody that I've done radio as well, so I've seen so many careers, and you can tell where the trajectory is heading. So sometimes when you offer your advice, it's just from a place of love. That what we've seen so many great artists even go and then slip so low.
Just to add to that, right? Like, there's a beauty about being a DJ. Because I tell people, like, people ask me, like, Neptune, you've been around for like a very long time. Are you not going to get tired? I retire when I want to retire. That's the beauty of being a DJ. Like, I've seen artists come and go, come and go. Some listen to the advice, they're still around. Some just feel like, oh, yeah, it's by my power and my might. Like,
No.
every other person, middle finger to you. I do this alone. I got here by myself. Trust me, it's not just by your grace. It takes a lot. So you also need to pipe low and calm down. Don't let it get into your head. I tell people for free, like, fame, you're hungry for it. Yeah. But trust me, fame is not as luxury as you think it is, because it either makes you or it breaks you. So you need to understand where you're coming from, who you are, so you don't let the fame get into your head. Because the moment you do, bruh, you're gone.
You know, we're here on the Commissioners podcast. You know, the one and only DJ Neptune is here. You know, there's power in that saying. That as a DJ, you see a lot of things, and you hear a lot of things that so many ears don't pick. You know, first 3 or 4 seconds of a track, you can tell if it's going to be.
You already know, yeah.
Yeah, you already know. It's something that's you've got to be given that gift. You know, it's not something that you can learn. No, it's intuitive. You know, it's 2 seconds, 3 seconds in, and I'm like, all right, I skip it. I think we developed a lot of these from like vinyl days, because you don't have the time to listen to the whole thing. So you lift it, you know, you want to know which one to pick home, you know. And what is it for you, like working with new artists? You know, what does it feel like for you in comparison to? As I asked that because, you know, you're on the radio, you know, on national radio, and you know, you DJ around, so your access to these big artists is quite easy in comparison to somebody maybe starting their craft. But how do you get the balance between the new and then you know, a seasoned artist? You know?
So for me, like, I always like to respect myself first. I don't go to where I'm not invited. I just stay on my lane. And if you reach out to me, you need my help, or you need me to do something, I'm ready to do it. Be you an A-lister or a newcomer or a B-list artist, because I feel like God has blessed me with this talent. God has put me on this level, and that's for a reason. It's for me to also extend the blessings to other people. So I don't be like, okay, you're a new artist, chill. When I have your time, I'll come to you. No disrespect. Like, I respect everyone equally, because one, I don't know what you're going to become tomorrow. I don't know what value you're going to add to my brand. You know, and you know how they say, like, the only constant thing in life is change. Like, you always need to know when to evolve, because new people are going to keep coming. The new kids are going to keep coming. You know, that's the only way. I know I don't want to mention names, but there are a lot of artists that are on your faces right now that before they release that track or that project or that album, it's either the management reaches out to me or the artist reaches out like, boss, I want to come play this to you. I need your advice. You've been around for a very long time. I'm just about to kick off. I need you to let me know what I already don't know, so I stay grinded and prepared for this journey. You know, so I don't discriminate. Yeah.
You go with the flow.
I go with the flow.
That's good to know. That's good to know. So how do you, I mean, from the artists that you've put on, the tracks that you have so far, how do you know who you want to put on? What guides you?
So for me, like, working with music, like I said earlier, it gives me an idea already in my head. Like, okay, if I'm matching this with this guy, what would the outcome be like? Because I'm working with their songs on a daily basis. So I already kind of like feel internally what it would sound like, but I just need to bring it to life. So what I do is I reach out. Like, okay, I want to work with you. Are you down? Let's get into the studio. The good thing is I have a studio at home, you know, so it's more comfortable for me. The artist as well is also more comfortable for them. Like, okay, let's just come do our stuff, whatever we have to do. Because, you know, with artists, right, like, one of the biggest problems is moving around and then people noticing that is you. Yeah. You know, so once they know, okay, I can come to a spot and nobody's going to stress me. I come when I come, you know, so I have that kind of environment. So it makes it a little bit more easier for me. So I just have that idea, like, okay, I have a song with this artist already. I want you on it. Are you cool? If you're cool, let's get into the studio. Even if you're not cool, I'll also make you understand the business side of it. Because, I mean, sometimes you might box yourself in a particular space and you think you know it all. And then when you hear from other people, you're like, okay, maybe I should. You know, so there's always that situation.
So you talked about Nobody, you know, the track. Yeah, I know you've teamed up with Joe Boy again on your latest single, which we'll talk about before we round up. But just double back a little bit. It's arguably one of your biggest tunes.
Yes.
In terms of numbers.
Yes. Yes.
And what I realized is that you have so many remixes. It's got about 15 or so. You've got the dancehall remix, the Latin remix, you know.
So the honest truth is
this an Empower?
Yeah. So that wasn't
Empower strategy, because I know Easy also does this Latin remix.
So that wasn't an Empower strategy. That was a Neptune strategy. Now I would let you into what gave birth to that. So nobody was everywhere. Nobody blew on a global level. Like, I won't say, the pandemic, everyone was affected.
Yeah.
You get me? So nobody was a blessing in disguise. But then again, I wish like the world was open, because I can't even imagine the amount of places
the mileage that
record, right?
Oh man.
You know, so we're getting remixes like offers back end. I was getting in my emails, Latin remix, Spanish remix, unofficial remix. So me being the businessman that I am, I'm like, you know what? Let's make this official. Let's have, it doesn't hurt. And this is the beauty of being a DJ. Because for an artist, even though a lot of people, I still got a lot of backlash, like, oh, I'm sure Joe Boy is somewhere crying right now. His throat is gone because Neptune has remixed the song over and over.
Raised it.
But I'll give you an instance.
Yeah.
Amapiano is what it is right now on the global stage. From the West African side, we also kind of like contributed in the promotion. No disrespect to South Africa and South African artists making Amapiano.
Yeah.
But it's one Africa, and I believe whatever comes out from this continent, we're brothers and sisters. We're meant to back each other up.
One vibe.
Yep.
One vibe. You get me? So I can say I was one of the first creatives to make a piano remix.
With vocals.
With vocalistic.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe one of the first artists from Nigeria, or DJ to future artists, let me say.
So you were there before Davido?
Nobody remix came out 2021, early 2021.
Because interestingly, that was the one I heard first before the original.
Now you see where it's taking you to. So what the remixes did for me is places where the original version probably got to and people are not connecting, they connect with their own version. So when you see it on Twitter and you're keypad warriors and you're doing what you're doing, it's cool. That's that's marketing for me. Please continue. Because I need more people to know about this remix. And then now the beauty about it is a lot of creatives are not open to doing different remixes for their tunes. Because the market is broad. There's a lot of audience around the world. If you're not getting in with your sound, mess with someone who's on ground, take your market to them.
What did it do for you, in terms of your reach?
It did a lot for me. I'm not even gonna lie. Like with the French remix, the Latin remix, we got a lot of offers from Colombia. In fact, we got an offer from a label then in Colombia, which I won't say I regret I didn't take, but then it is what it is at that time. Middle East, we had a remix, so that it kind of like gave me presence in all these different markets, with the Amapiano version. I remember one day Easy was going to perform somewhere, and I'm like, yo, I told the DJ, don't play me the original version. I want the Amapiano version because that seemed to have more energy. So these are the little bits it brings to the table. But if you're not a creative, you're a consumer, you just be on the other side thinking, oh, these guys don't have any other thing to offer, that's why they're giving us remixes. No, trust me, you don't even want to know what's coming in on the back end. If you have an idea, you encourage more remixes.
Yeah, but as a DJ, you'll understand. Because if you remember those Bad Boy remix era,
you understand one of the AV8s.
AV8. Oh, who is AV8?
They don't do that stuff no more. They don't
do those high label stuff. They don't do that anymore. AV8, you hear all sort of
you hear Fat Man Scoop,
you hear party drops here, those party breaks,
I miss those days, man.
Man, I still infuse them in my mixes, Sorry, we got carried away a little bit.
That's okay. I'm not a DJ. I'm sorry.
No, because as on my set, I always want to play something refreshing. My radio shows till date, I always want to play something that's going to make you feel like, oh, what's this?
It's different.
So though you're going to get the regular hits but I want to take you on a musical journey. So when I start a show, my beginning to end, you're going to really have that experience of going through the emotions. Some tracks are going to take you back. And music is always, it takes you to where you first heard it. Whether you were in a sucker mood, whatever mood you were in, it takes your mind right back to that point, So I'm always careful with what I infuse in my track, and there's always a party break somewhere. You've got to keep the parties going.
That's dope.
I'm never scared who goes before me or who's coming after. I just have to focus on my thing. But some DJs,
I love that.
Some DJs get a bit, touchy.
Especially once they know, like a household name is coming. Like they give themselves all the back-to-back hits. Like I've been in places whereby internally I'm laughing like,
you have no idea.
You're trying to mess me up. Watch me get up there. Because there are tons of music to play from. There are tons of music to play from. So if you're having a guest DJ come perform at your sports, you want to allow them have your moments. They're not coming to steal
the
your
shine.
audience or the shine from you. But some stubborn DJs, they don't understand that. Like they'll play all the hit records that the guest DJ is expected to play during their set. But now it's not about the music; it's how you play it.
That's what people forget.
So you can play a city boy now, thinking, "Oh, I just knocked him off." I'm sure it's not. But the way I will play a city boy and do a live mashup, people are like, "Oh my god, this guy is stupid."
And where you're going to start the track from, sometimes you can start from the end and then bring it back in there, sometimes. But there is a secret code that people, let me tell people this and why. If you're an opening DJ or a warm-up DJ or, and you have a guest DJ from wherever come to your spot, there is a secret code. I mean, this is something that I don't know how people learn these days, but growing up, studying all these greats, there are certain songs that you leave for the main act,
That's how it should be.
That out of respect. That is the DJ code 101 that if you're really in tune to the culture, you will understand. That you don't go just slapping all the big tunes on there just to make yourself look good. I know the guest DJ is still going to smash the party anyway.
Because he was brought there for a reason.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. But there is a secret code that you have to at least respect, when you're DJing. So you and Joe Boy, let's talk about that. It's like you found your own Khaled and Drake. There is always going to be a smash hit,
But before we get to him and Joe Boy, can I just ask which female have you featured on any of your tracks?
So I've worked with Yemi Alade.
Okay.
I've worked with Efia.
Okay.
I've worked with Simi.
Okay.
Myself and Tenny. We had a track that didn't make it to my album, but we're already talking about creating something maybe late this year or early next year because I know she's about to put out an album.
Okay.
So I don't discriminate.
I know you don't, but I just I don't want
it's good you ask. It's good you ask because you're a lady. Yeah, no, it's good.
You should balance that.
I've had people ask me this question on Twitter as well, like, so what female artists have you worked with? And then when I mention names, I'm like, oh, shoot, my bad. Let me go check the track out.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, shout out to all the female artists putting in work around the world. It's amazing seeing what they're doing. And even for female DJs as well. I'm so excited when I see them do what they're doing. It's incredible.
The dancing and, the outfits. Let's make DJing sexy again.
Exactly.
Gone are the days where DJs used to be like
half six pack.
No. Now it's we all slim.
See, I'm working out because by December I want to be performing and taking off my clothes.
Yeah,
it's entertainment. I'm entertaining.
It's true.
Those days you needed the muscle, the stomach muscle to carry the crates. You know what I mean? But now it's all laptop
and the decks. But now you just need one finger to carry your laptop and you're good.
So you can afford to be a bit leaner. Just enjoy the flow. So I was asking
back
about,
to Joe Boy.
Yes. You and Joe Boy is like the Khaled and Drake. You're always guaranteed a hit. He
says I was always guaranteed. So with Joe Boy, shout out to him. Very I feel the world has not experienced how talented Joe Boy is. Like with him, music is seamless. Shout out to Mr. Easy, Empower Africa. So I remember going to Easy's studio, maybe 2018 or
in Nigeria or in Ghana?
In Nigeria. And Joe Boy was just right there in the studio. You know, when you're hungry, it was just right there in the studio.
Was he a studio rat?
I don't want to use the word studio rat.
No, I mean, that's not disrespectful though. I mean, somebody who's always
who's always
in the
hungry.
studio.
You want to
always
be in that environment. So he was there, young dude. I was like, and then Easy introduced him to me like, oh, Joe Boy. We just discovered him through Empower 30 Africa Creative, whatever that they had planned as at that time, you know. So we just signed him on, trying to push his stuff, you know, looking for who would manage his affairs and all of that. I've not said this before. I'm sure when Joe Boy stumbles on this, we're like, this guy, you know. So I took him. We went on our first interview, right? Because I had an interview with Hip TV back then in Nigeria, and then I took him. I'm like, you know what, we're going to go together, and then I'll use that opportunity to let them know they should watch out for you. And so we had that. We went on that trip. I dropped him back at somewhere close to his spot, and then moving forward, he dropped Baby, picked up, boom. Africa was feeling it. From Africa, boom, the world was feeling it. And then gradually. So he's one kid that I always knew would take off. And then his attitude towards his craft is amazing. Like, you tell Joe Boy, we need to do this for this to grow. He's ready to listen and he's ready to work. Because, I mean, no matter how big you become in life, you can't know it all. No. That's just how this life has been designed. But some stubborn goats will be like, I brought myself here. There's nothing you're going to tell me. I will still prove myself to the world again. Yeah, if you do it over and over again, then you've got an amazing grace. But trust me, you need a team. Yeah, you need people to advise you. It's just what it is. You get me? So that's who Joe Boy is. And like I said, I sent the beat for Nobody to him. He got into the studio. Before I woke up the next morning, the track was already on my WhatsApp. I went into the studio, I listened to it. I messaged Mr. Easy like, yo, I just created something with Joe Boy. Listen. Easy heard it and be like, I think it was in Spain or so. And like, guy, if I'm not on this song, just consider our friendship done. And then Easy flew to Ghana, recorded his verse, and that's how we gave birth to Nobody. Released the track, amazing. It's like, it was according to an article by Thriller, Nobody was the #1 most used song in Africa, and in the world, it was the 3rd most used song on their platform.
Oh wow!
As at that time, you get me? And I mean, it was obvious we already had that synergy. And when I reached out to him, sometime around this time last year, like, Joe Boy, we need to. I mean, let's. It seemed like we already know the formula. Let's get into the booth and do something.
Pepper soup again, yeah.
You get me, you know. So Mumu actually wasn't the song we were going to put out. We had something else.
Oh, so you recorded something else as well?
Yeah, but out of the blues, Joe just said, you know what, big bro, hold on. Let me send you something. If you approve, then we'll go with it. And that's how Mumu came to life.
And the video is coming as well.
The video, shout out to Pink Films. You sent me the first cut. Amazing. I thought I paid too much for this video, but with what I've seen so far, kudos to you. I can't wait for the world to watch it.
Yeah, I can second that.
You've seen it.
But you know there's a viral video out already though, to Mumu.
Yeah, we shot a viral video.
Yeah.
And
that's why you're asking that.
It's so crazy how people think that's the official video.
Because I said to him before he showed me the video, I said, oh, but what if, people prefer the viral one?
Yeah, that's how I had to share the first one.
Yeah, but seeing this one, this is the one.
See? He's earning, He can afford to give you 2 versions.
Yeah. And why not?
Yeah, why not? That's the power of ability to create.
Yeah.
And once you're able to get returns out of what you're doing, it makes it even more relaxing and the ideas flows even much better.
Yeah, I understand the returns part, but for me as a creative, the return part is cool because it's business, but I always want to make sure I give in my 100%.
Yeah.
You get me? Because I feel that's the only way you can keep growing in whatever you're doing. You get me? So, I'm so excited for this video shoot. I can't wait for it to come out. I know people are going to love it. And
Did you shoot internationally or back home?
No. I shot back home. Shout out to Pink Films. We shot this video in Lagos, Nigeria, a couple of days ago. In fact, I shot the video on Thursday. Friday night, I was out on my way to the UK. Yeah, we shot till 5 a.m. and then I had an early morning flight.
Wow.
So sometimes when people see you doing your thing, you're way up there, they don't understand the amount of work that goes in.
True.
Yeah.
True. But I mean, that's the way life is, you know. When we see diamonds, we don't know how much pressure is withstood.
You get me?
To be able to get to where it is, you know. So it's incredible that we get to see a final product like that. So on tour, Charlie, yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, so I mean, I know you travel a lot. You're signed to Empire as an artist, right?
Or
what's
my
the
deal with Empower is just distribution. So I have my own label, Neptune Records, right? And then I have the Greatness Republic movement. I'm going to start pushing from early next year. So what Empower does for Neptune Records is they distribute my music. Yeah, so I have a deal with them. So they do that, but I still have control over my label, which is Neptune Records. Yeah, so it's just on the music part. In terms of live shows and all of that, Neptune Entertainment, Neptune Records, 100%.
Oh yeah, and that's where, you know, they say family is always going to be family.
Standard.
You know? But one thing about Easy, because you've mentioned business, you know, approaching things in the right sense, like business wise. Somebody who is evidently doing it on a different scale as Mr. Easy, you know, from betting to sports to label matters. You know, what's the conversation like? You know, when you guys get together in terms of the agenda for Africa.
So the first time I met Easy was 2015. You know, and then did we get into the studio to create Mari? Yes, we did.
So you worked first.
Yeah, so we worked first. And then now got into business a couple of years after. And trust me, I respect him. I learned from him as well. He's a kid who is very smart, who understands what he wants to achieve. And you can't tell him no. He goes for it, you know. So shout out to him. My first debut album, then he hadn't set up Empower. It was with another platform. But he told me, like, listen, I'm working on Empower Africa for African creatives because it's high time we need to start helping each other. You're not going to take your content to somewhere someone who can tell your story the way you will tell your story. Like what you mentioned earlier on with Angelica Kidjo. You know, the Western world wants you to come in and then tell you, okay, you know what, you'll be putting on trousers, but you know what, moving forward, it has to be short. No, I know where I'm coming from. I know what I represent. You know, I know that's one thing that Mr. Easy stands up for, and I respect his growth. He's gone ahead to do so many amazing things. Like I said, it's someone that I learned from, and then Easy, you have to start paying me for those odd hours that you be calling me seeking for advice. You know, so that's the kind of friendship we have. Because sometimes, like I said, you don't know it all. Sometimes it calls me up like, oh, Charlie Neptune, this move, what do you think? I need this on ground. Who should I speak to? You know, so that's the kind of respective relationship we have, even though we're doing business together.
There's nothing better than breaking bread with your own people, you know.
Standard.
You're listening to the Commissioners podcast. I'm Wise Toller.
Soundboy T here.
And we're here with the ever-blazing DJ Neptune.
AKA Greatness.
I like that, ever blazing.
No, that used to be my tag. Like, I've known her for the longest. So before, it used to be ever blazing DJ Neptune.
Yeah.
But when I was going to release my debut album in 2018, I didn't have a name for that album. It was ready. And it was just one of those evenings when I was tired. I just retired to my room to chill. And then, like, I'm very spiritual. Like, I believe, yes, I am where I am today. It's not by my power. It's not by my might. It's by God's grace.
Absolutely.
So it was just God speaking to me that evening. Like, I kept on hearing that word, greatness, greatness, greatness. I woke up. I was still hearing that, like, this is a very powerful word. Everyone in life wants to be great.
Yes.
Regardless of whatever you're doing.
Yes.
So I just went straight into the studio from track 1 till track 16.
Shout to
Greatness.
greatness.
Greatness. I don't know what tomorrow holds, greatness.
Greatness today, greatness tomorrow.
You get me? And now it's not like it almost got to a state whereby people don't even call me DJ Neptune anymore. Just like greatness. So it's cool.
You know, that's the power of words. You know, you've got to
absolutely.
pick carefully. You know, careful where you stick to yourself. So on the commissioners, we have our little tradition that we do with our guests. You know, we want to check what is on their playlist. You know, you being a DJ, so I know it will be very spicy.
Okay.
So we're going for top 3 or top 5?
I think 3. Let's do 3.
Okay, top 3. What's the top 3 tracks on your playlist?
Yes.
On my
at the moment?
playlist, top 3 tracks.
Aside Mumu.
No, funny enough, I wasn't even going to add Mumu to it. I'm like that. Like, I'm that guy who doesn't blow his horn. Like, people keep reminding me, like, yo, what's up with you? You have to make noise
You're a
about
DJ
yourself.
first,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Like, I put the crap first and not consider myself. So 5 top tracks.
No, we're doing 3 with you. We're putting you on the spot, so 3.
with me. Okay, so I'm going to be diverse. I will go with Harmonize from Tanzania. Single Again.
Oh, that's a banger.
That's a tune. I love that record. Like when that song came out, I remember I was in the US and I had to call him like, bro, you have a smash under your sleeve. Like that's crazy. And then I would go with, I mean, not just because we're from the same town or from the same state, but I'll go with Rema's Calm Down. Because that record has done so much. Yeah, no disrespect to the OGs.
Yeah.
Before what Rema is doing right now, but that record has just opened more doors for the new kids who are coming behind. And then I'll take it back to a record I did with Sarkodie and Fino.
Oh.
It's titled Believe. You need to go check that record out and believe in whatever it is that you're doing legally.
Big shouts to Mello, who's behind the cameras. Mello just said to me that I need to ask you about that track.
Bro.
Yeah, I need to ask about that track. Yeah.
Of all the artists I've worked with, I love you guys, everyone. My respect for Sarkodie is on this level. Now I'll explain to you. Shout out to OT Beats. He created the instrument. I sent it to Sak. Sak did his thing and sent it back to me. And then I reached out to Fino because I wanted to balance, yeah. Yeah, like, okay, Ghana, Nigeria, you know, it's not just only football. Let's have something musically. And then Fino came on board. He did his thing. It was time for the video shoots. I'd planned. I'm so bad with names. Shout out to the director. Etienne. Yeah, shout out to Etienne. So he directed that video. Everything was already planned. And then nature happened. Flight got delayed. Because myself and Fino were meant to fly from Lagos to Ghana to catch up with the video shoot, which was meant to be a day shoot into the early evening. So Sak got on set. Oh, where is Neptune? Oh, Neptune is not here. Oh, where is he? He's still stuck in Lagos. All right, let's shoot. I mean, trust me, if it was other artists, I don't want to mention names. They're like, how can the owner of the song
is not here?
Like, what the hell? I'm going back home. You know, so like, he earned my respect with that. Sak shot all his scenes and left and went about his day. And we didn't arrive till about 8 p.m. So it would have just been a waste of money, waste of time, accommodation, and all of that. And then we got in, myself and Fino. We shot the other part of the video, and then boom. And I know that song is a very, very strong song because there's a very solid message behind it. Because you see the young kids now, they see people like you living a very nice life and they want to be like you, but they don't want to go the right way. You know, so always believe in your dreams and believe in yourself.
See, it made it
Stop
onto the
cutting
top
corners.
3.
Yeah. Yeah, stop cutting corners. Stop cutting corners.
So another question that we ask our guests just before we round up is a where were you question. So I'm going to ask the question, where were you when you heard the news that Michael Jackson passed away? What was you doing?
I was in my car. I was driving. I remember I was driving around Ikeja. I was going to see a friend of mine, and then I was listening to radio when that news came out. And while I was driving, I just started shedding tears.
Because you're an MJ fan, you know, I suppose.
I'm an MJ fan. I mean, we grew up listening to those kind of music, you know. So I was lost. Yeah.
And then the final part of that our trilogy is, you know, what is that one thing that keeps you up at night? You know, it could be something that just pisses you off, you know, it bothers your mind, or you want to change something so drastically that, you know, it gives you a bit of a...
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's work, man. Because even when I know I need to sleep, my brain is ticking. Like, yo, these vocals are not in yet. This gig is crazy. It's crazy. Like, I think I probably have like 4 hours or 3 hours sleep to myself.
Is it like your regular?
If I get to
your regular life?
Yeah, it's like, so when I'm back home, I don't go out that much because my life is already out there. Weekends, I'm on the road, I'm working, I'm traveling, blah, blah, blah. So weekdays when I'm meant to be resting, my brain is telling me we've not achieved this collaboration. This vocal just came in, so the engineer needs to come in and mix and master. So like, I still find myself working. But I mean, it is what it is. I love it. I'm not complaining.
And how do you manage your time though? Is it you've got your
Do I
own,
even have
you've got an
time?
assistant? You've got an assistant somewhere that's organizing.
I have an assistant, but I'm this guy who was
Hands-on.
I just want to be hands on because I've worked with people in the past, and that's the beauty about finding the right team to work with. I know my goal. I know my dreams. Are you aligning with me, or you're just coming under my umbrella based on the goodies and the paparazzi and all of that stuff? Nah, we need to work, because if it was about the goodies and the paparazzi, I won't be where I am now. You get me? So even when I give my assistant a task, in the next 15 minutes, I'm like, I told you to blank copy me to the email. I've not. Why haven't you sent the email? You know, so I'm like, we gotta get work done. You know, so that's what it is, man.
Work before suya. You know?
Standard.
I'm sure you can tell that, you know, I love my suya.
I can see, because you mentioned suya like 3 times
Three
now.
times already, you know, I'm even hungry, man. You don't know sleep nights.
Have you had a Nigerian suya? I'm not talking about the one in the UK.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Nah,
you know.
you need to come. Or are you in Ghana this December?
Not this December, though. Yeah.
Ah, Charlie.
Are you going? I was going to ask about your December.
I don't know if I should say this, but I think my guy he should have his annual dirty rave.
Dirty rave, yeah.
So they already called me for that.
Because I think I've seen you play at one of them.
I was there last year. I was there last year.
This is
Yeah, you were there last year.
It was crazy.
That's it's one of the best raves I've been. You know.
That was the review last year. Best rave, security. It wasn't even about your A-listers in terms of artists.
No, it's the experience.
It was it was a rave. And there was I think there was also another major event on that day, but like Dirty Rave was sold out.
You know,
Shout out Easy and his crew.
Yeah, they throw a very good rave, and he's been doing that since university days. You know, throwing good parties.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory. You know, and you have greatness on the decks. So
Pull up.
yeah, but brother, you know, our brother.
It's been a great show.
My sister.
Yes.
We've had greatness in the building.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have no choice but to be great now.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's infested all of us. You know, greatness infested. But what's the message out you want to put out for people that, you know, going to Africa this Christmas, 30 December?
Home will always be home. I mean, shout out to Master Gage, Jerusalem, and wherever you go, you must come back home. You get me? Because there's a different feeling and joy when you're back in your territory and in your space. But then, whatever you do, just try to be safe. If you have to party, make sure you party with your friends, people that you know. You know, I mean, not saying home is not safe, but then you also have to be cautious of whatever it is that you do. And have a good time, because life is short, man. With like tomorrow, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So enjoy today to the fullest.
Absolutely. That's words from somebody who orchestrates parties. You know, he's like the master conductor. So if he's telling you to behave yourself, you've got to.
It's necessary to behave
yourself. You know, just go and enjoy yourself and go home safely. That's all the most important part is. You know, just be safe. Yeah. DJ Neptune.
Yes, boss.
Anything you want to share with us that we haven't touched on?
I think we've touched everything. But
Well, we're not going to ask what's coming out next because we know the video has to drop. So
yeah, but I'm just also going to use this opportunity to, because I'm a marketer. I have to keep marketing my stuff.
Please do.
This is a new audience. You might know me, you might not know me, but hey guys, my name is DJ Neptune, artist, DJ, producer, entertainer. I just dropped a brand new track with Joe Boy. It's called Mumu. Go online right now. It's available on all music platforms. Stream. The video is about to pop out. Make sure you jump on that as well. Have a good time. Thank you for supporting the brand. If you're not supporting, get on the train right now with a journey to our final destination, which is Greatness Republic.
You still do radio?
Do I still do radio? I don't know if I officially stopped because they've not sent me my sack letters.
Or you took a long leave?
but yeah, maybe that's it. But I did radio for straight 6 years with Ripper FM, and then I came back in 2016 with Urban FM. But now I'm doing. I used to do video mix on Channel O TV, but now I'm doing video mix on Trace Ninja. Yeah, so if you're tuned into Trace Ninja Friday and Saturday, be sure you catch DJ Neptune video mix on your TV. Trust me, it's a vibe.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we respect a good mixer. You know, yeah. I'm not saying the sync button is no good, but you know, at least get with a craft.
The sync button is bad. let's not
glorify it.
Let's say it. The sync, because I still find it's so crazy. I still find it hard to use, even though it makes it kind of like easy.
Yeah.
I still find it hard. If I don't even remember that there's a sync button right there that can just, I still want to pitch. I still want to feel like, because that's the beauty.
Yeah, otherwise you'll fall asleep. I mean, come on, you know. So the sync button, for those who don't understand, it's like you press a button and it mixes the music. It matches the beat per minute for you.
So how you a DJ? Like, if the sync is already matching the beats, where's the?
You're just a button pusher.
That's the
word. Yeah, but I mean, as long as you know. The people that are enjoying it, they don't really care how the music is played.
But the truth is,
if you want to get in a
exactly,
craft,
if you want to better yourself, please learn the craft. I tell people, DJing goes beyond mixing two songs. Yeah, everybody can do that. We're in the digital era right now. Like, people have good knowledge of music. When they create a playlist for you, even you as a DJ, you'll be like, wow. But what differentiates you from these people is your creativity, your ability to understand the crowd. I'm in my booth, I'm DJing. You're not telling me what to play next. But from your body reaction, I'm eating you. I'll be like, guys, this guy is either going to kill me today. You get me? So that's the beauty about the craft. And if you're the type that's so creative with like the beat match, the live matchup remixes, you can scratch, you can do all of that. Kudos to you. But please, if you really want to be a DJ, don't patronize the sick button. I tell you this for free. Thank me later.
Of course, you can thank him now. Ladies and gentlemen, where can they find you actually?
So you can find me on all my social media. My website is www.djneptune.net. On Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it's DEEJAY Neptune. It's one word. DEEJAY Neptune. And on Snapchat, it's DJ Neptune TV. But it's easy to just connect on my website and you find my other socials from there.
That's his own. You know, remember that. That's his own platform.
Yeah, that's my own platform.
They can't deactivate him unless he feels to pay the subscription.
From there, you can stumble on my mixes on Apple Music. So stream, enjoy. But please don't go and over-enjoy the mixes and now think it's not necessary to book me to come perform live. I'm just stating that fact.
Imagine you walk into a restaurant and your mix is playing.
No, it's happened to me a couple of times.
Oh, it's happened to you.
Charlie, plenty times. Now, this was not even mixes on Apple Music because, you know, back in the days, like, you know, as DJs.
Yeah, CDs.
I'm talking about days of MySpace.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. You know, you put this in and put it out there, and then I've walked into several places. I have this classic old school mix that I did in 2008. I will never forget. It still bangs to tomorrow. I've been in places where the mix is playing, and I'm just quietly having my food. I'm like, that's you. So that's the beauty about it, man.
Oh man, I miss MySpace. I actually was listening to ID Cabas's. We had a chat. You remember we talked about MySpace. You know how organically it blew a lot of artists. You know,
these Gen Zs they're enjoying, man, because you literally have it. I feel that's why a lot of new artists feel like I'm doing this all by myself.
Yeah,
I have my community. Yes, you do have your community, but you still need to work with people to take you to the next level.
Definitely.
Yes, and the next level is all that we pray for. You know, we pray for more greatness.
Yes,
amen. And anytime you're back in London, you know you're always welcome to the Commissioners table.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Neptune.
Greatness.
Yes. Thanks, brother.
Thanks for having me.